Miami presents our annual Pro Bono recognizing the extraordinary contribution the legal community has made to the 20,000 people legal services assisted this past year. And Monica Vigues-Patan and Jamie Cassidy, recognizing the pro bono volunteers who made extraordinary contributions throughout the year and
This evening, we are recognizing the extraordinary effort of pro bono volunteers who have dedicated countless hours during COVID-19, ensuring equal access to justice. We all know that trying to figure out the legal system can be incredibly confusing and overwhelming. Sometimes sitting down with an attorney who can walk you through the steps to make your case can make all the difference. Legal services clinics provide invaluable legal advice to hundreds of clients per year. At these clinics, clients are empowered with legal consultations and advice on how to best advocate for themselves. This is only possible through the help of the dozens of volunteer attorneys that make it possible. Joining me this evening, Legal Services Executive Director Monica Vigues-Patan and Pro Bono Advocacy Director Jamie Cassidy. Over to you, Monica and Jamie.
Thank you, Neki, for that great introduction. We are grateful to all our pro bono volunteers. You cannot be thanked enough, and it is an honor to recognize and celebrate your contribution to legal services of Greater Miami and our community as a whole. Given your incredible contribution, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic, we simply could not pass up the opportunity to recognize your generosity and the impact of your efforts. Many of you gave generously of your time, even while facing personal challenges of your own.
Our pro bono volunteers are pebbles that create a dynamic ripple effect that strengthens our community. They help us serve thousands of clients that otherwise would not have had an attorney to assist them with basic life needs. In the state of Florida, pro bono service is not mandatory for attorneys. 2019, Legal Services was able to provide equal justice to 20,162 individuals by handling 4,851 cases. And now, I would like to introduce Scott Bono, who is not only a Legal Services board member, but is working closely with me to develop an innovative pro bono project to serve those at risk of losing their home.
Greetings, my name is Scott Bono, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of Legal Services of Greater Miami. On behalf of the entire board, welcome to our annual Pro Bono Recognition Program and celebration. While I've been asked to speak to you about the importance of pro bono, I suspect I would be preaching to the proverbial choir. Your participation in this event speaks to your commitment to ensuring that our community is responsive to the legal needs of those less fortunate. Service to our community has always been every Florida lawyer's responsibility. When the Supreme Court created the Florida Bar in 1949, Justice Terrell instructed that the very nature of a lawyer's business is that of a trustee. And he enjoined that members of the bar must approach the practice of law as an avenue to perform public service. He went on to admonish that if money-making is a lawyer's sole purpose, he or she worships too small a God. We were reminded again more recently of our duty to serve the needs of others upon the untimely passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. As one of her former clerks remarked, Judge Ginsburg's ambitions for the law were about people and not abstractions. And so it was that Justice Ginsburg once remarked, "To make a life a little better for people less fortunate than you, that's what I think a meaningful life is. One lives not just for oneself, but for one's community." Pro bono is, in fact, an act of love and self-sacrifice that sustains, I think, two of the most important primal needs that we all have: hope and gratitude, the secret source of life, particularly at this very intersection in history, which is marked by struggle, sickness, and economic misfortune. The need and cries for help today may well be deeper and more haunting than at any other time in our lifetimes. And the provision of such assistance may well be more difficult on us than ever before. But our duty persists, and the challenge of fulfilling it must nonetheless be met, especially because it is painfully apparent that the consequences of this pandemic are even more acute for disadvantaged minorities. And so it is that the theme of this year's program is the pro bono response to COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, some of our award recipients stepped up their pro bono involvement, and others were inspired to be first-time participants. And so, without further delay, we now turn to our pro bono honorees, who are being recognized for their dedication to ensuring access to justice during COVID-19.
Thank you, Scott. It reminds me that we all can make a difference. Our first award this evening is the Equal Justice Pro Bono Solo or Small Firm Award. It is given to a solo practitioner or small firm that demonstrates exceptional dedication and generosity in their pro bono efforts. This year's Miami-Dade County recipient reached out to legal services at the beginning of the pandemic and to this day remains a constant champion for clients. This year, the Miami-Dade County Award goes to Alexander Antonio Salinas of the firm Tenzer Ariel.
Hi, my name is Alexander Salinas, and the reason that I do pro bono work with Legal Services of Greater Miami is because I think that our community is strongest when everyone has equal access to our justice system, and that is the mission at Legal Services. I think because of my background and my education, I'm in a unique position to help make that happen, and having grown up in Miami, I know that there is a high need for these types of services that are offered by Legal Services. And so I hope that I can do my part to help make our society stronger, and I hope that I can inspire others to do the same. Thank you.
A consistent pro bono champion for Monroe County and our clinic clients earned Joseph Samuel Mack the Solo Award for Monroe County.
My name is Joseph Mack, and I do pro bono work with Legal Services of Greater Miami because as attorneys we have an amazing opportunity to have a huge impact for clients, and we're lucky to have an organization like LSGMI that can help support us while we provide that pro bono, make sure that we have the training and resources to have a great experience both for ourselves and these clients that we're able to help. And so I'm so grateful for this award, and thank you so much LSGMI for providing these opportunities for attorneys to have a huge impact for these clients.
Alex and Joe helped over 10 clients in our community during the COVID-19 pandemic, stabilizing their families in their homes and preventing small businesses from going under during the pandemic. And now to introduce the next award is Judge Marilyn Milian. Many of you know Judge Milian from the People's Court television show. However, she has a notable legal background, having served as an assistant state attorney under then Miami-Dade State Attorney Janet Reno. Her reputation and skill earned her first a county court judicial gubernatorial appointment, where she was later promoted by Governor Jeb Bush to a judicial seat in the 11th Judicial Circuit Court of Florida. Judge Milian retired from her circuit court position and accepted a role as an arbitrator in the People's Court. We are grateful for Judge Milian for taking the time to be here with us this evening.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. For the last 20 years, I have been the presiding judge on the People's Court television show, the granddaddy of all TV court shows. The People's Court arbitrates disputes between parties that are simple, straightforward, and capable of a swift and fair resolution. I ask the questions, I gather the evidence, and I call it in 1 hour and 4 commercial breaks. Unfortunately, as we all know, the problems that face many litigants are not always subject to this kind of speedy justice. Many legal issues are vastly more complex and require specialized knowledge of complicated laws. Having a legal advocate on one's behalf who knows those laws and understands the legal system is why pro bono attorneys are so crucial. I am honored to be here today to present the Equal Justice Firm Award. This award is earned by a law firm that has demonstrated significant attorney involvement and a firm-wide commitment to pro bono service. This year's recipient is Nelson Mullins. 26 attorneys provided access to justice to over 17 clients in legal services clinics. Nelson Mullins helped spearhead the launch of Legal Services COVID-19 Small Business and Nonprofit Clinic.
Hello, I'm Mark Raymond, and I'm so very pleased to accept this Legal Services of Greater Miami Equal Justice Pro Bono Large Firm Award on behalf of Nelson Mullins Broadcast. I'm extremely proud of my colleagues and their service to our community through pro bono activities. Members of our firm from as far away as Atlanta helped those in need here in Miami. I'm particularly grateful to receive this award from the Legal Service of Greater Miami in this year of extraordinary need. I encourage all of you to do more, recruit others. You will feel better. You will feel deep in your heart the appreciation from those whom you've served. I know I've done it because I was encouraged by young associates here to join in. Please stand ready to help serve others, and please provide pro bono work for Legal Service of Greater Miami for all of our benefit. Thank you. Please stay well and considerate of others.
I volunteered with the Legal Services of Greater Miami because I thought it was very important to give back to the community, particularly in this time of need during the pandemic when so many people are struggling with respect to their businesses and their personal lives. And it was rewarding to be able to help out in any way that I can, particularly by providing legal services and helping these individuals. I know that providing pro bono services is very important for our law firm and myself personally, and we are honored to accept this award on behalf of the firm, and we look forward to continuing to provide these services to the Legal Services of Greater Miami. Thank you.
Hi, this is Abe Canoff from Nelson Mullins in Atlanta. When COVID hit, just for an example, I had reached out or agreed to volunteer with a number of legal aid and other kind of nonprofits, both in the Atlanta metro area and South Florida, where I used to live. I did volunteer with a couple of them, but I would say that far and away Jamie and her team seemed, as far as I could tell, to do the best job of locating the people who actually needed help and connecting them with attorneys who were there willing to lend a helping hand. So numerous good reasons, but I would say that's the best. Thanks a lot for the recognition. Really appreciate everybody's time, continued efforts, and look forward to the event. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Nina Gordon, and I am a corporate finance and M&A partner in Nelson Mullins in Miami. And just wanted to say that working with Legal Services is a fabulous experience. They provide you with all of the support and the guidance and the training that you need, and help make sure that the services that you're providing will get to people in the community who truly need it. So thanks, Legal Services.
I work with many other legal service organizations, and Greater Miami stands out as one of the few that offers such wonderful pro bono opportunities that are all organized and have the benefit of training and your mentorship. You make it really easy for us all to engage. Our partnership, and I can personally speak to working with Jamie this spring to create the small business nonprofit remote clinic, was a seamless endeavor, even in the challenging times, and it was great fun to put it together with your group. Your organization is simply the best, and I thank you for all the work that you do and your ability to provide opportunities for us to carry out your mission and to help so many in the community. Thank you very much for this award.
I choose to do pro bono with Legal Services of Greater Miami because of who I am and where I'm from. I choose to do pro bono with Legal Services of Greater Miami because I was and easily could have continued to be in the clientele that it serves. I choose to do pro bono with Legal Services of Greater Miami because others chose to do pro bono to assist me and my family when we were in need. Pro bono helped me become the woman that I am today. And today I know my firm also see the value in doing pro bono with legal services of Greater Miami because it sees the value in assisting, supporting, and providing resources to individuals like me. They see the value in making sure individuals have a safe place to live and that they're not taken advantage of when they move out. Hence the reason they sponsor the Tenants' Rights Clinic. We see the value in creating generational wealth, in creating businesses, in preparing for the future. Hence the reason we've sponsored the startup clinics as well as the estate planning clinic. We see the value in assisting others in need. So thank you, Legal Services of Greater Miami, for seeing the value in us and for providing us with the forum that we need to help those in need.
Thank you to Judge Millian for the introduction and to Nelson Mullins for your incredible contribution. Providing legal assistance to keep families in their homes is one of our highest priorities. However, the client demand is overwhelming, and we certainly could not do it alone. Our pro bono attorneys support our attorneys and help keep families stable through their work in our Consumer Equal Justice Clinic, our Tenants Equal Justice Clinic, and our Eviction Defense Project. Here is an example of what can happen when a client is represented by an attorney and access to justice is achieved.
If it wasn't for legal services, I wouldn't be here today. I would have lost my home. One day I received a phone call saying that they would reduce my mortgage rate to 2%. And they were frauding me and I didn't know it. Congresswoman Frederica Wilson referred me to Legal Services. Caroline Lombardi and Legal Services helped me because these awful people were frauding me. I want to thank all the people that were involved in saving my house. Legal Services, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much.
We are so glad that Ms. Holmes received the help she needed and was able to stay in her home. The Equal Justice Pro Bono Clinic Partner Award is presented to the attorneys and volunteers who have demonstrated exceptional commitment in supporting our clinics. This year, the recipients of this award embraced our COVID remote clinic models and were willing to take clinic cases under the most challenging circumstances. Thank you to Carlos Gomez, an international attorney, and Vanessa Ofut, an associate with Shook, Hardy & Baker.
Hi everyone, I'm Carlos Gomez from Coral Gable. Thanks so much for this award. I'm truly honored to receive. Doing pro bono work have never been more critical given the complex time we're living. I choose to do pro bono work at Legal Services Greater Miami for the transparency of the processes, for the quality of the staff and the attorney. So for me, Legal Services Greater Miami is the place to go in South Florida for attorneys that want to do pro bono and for people in need of services. Thank you.
I do pro bono work at Legal Services of Greater Miami because it's a great place to receive training and get help with areas of law that you're not familiar with. For example, I practice in civil litigation defense, so it's nice to be able to have the support there and not feel like I'm in it alone. It's also a great place to work with the other people. I feel like I've made a little family with the pro bono unit there, and I know with Legal Services I'm serving the people in my community.
Carlos and Vanessa, thank you for giving so much of your personal time during COVID-19 when our community needed legal assistance the most. Many of the clients assisted by Legal Services have complex legal problems that require expertise outside of the law. The Equal Justice Pro Bono Professional Partner Award is given to an individual or business outside of the legal field that supports our advocates in providing professional assistance that is vital to the success of a case. This year's recipient, Berkowitz, Pollock, Brandt Advisors and CPAs provided valuable training to Legal Services staff attorneys representing clients in legal matters, support to community partners, and technical assistance to Legal Services.
I love Legal Services of Greater Miami because of all the things that they do for our community. Growing up poor in the Bronx, in a city project where affordable housing was so important for me and my family, seeing what Legal Services of Greater Miami does to help the poor and help them with their housing and help them with where there's been an injustice done, I just find everything that they do so meaningful. As an accountant, I had the privilege of working on a matter where a real estate developer tried to evict a number of people from their mobile homes, and calculating what the economic damages were to these people as a result of this was my pleasure and my privilege. Working for our firm, obviously providing great accounting services is our number one mission. But number two is giving back to our community and helping Dade County and helping Miami and helping the people that have obstacles in their way is just so important to me and my firm. So thank you, Legal Services, for all you do. It is indeed a privilege for me and our firm to volunteer and admire all the things that you do. Thank you.
I do pro bono work at Legal Services because, well, it's election season, so my answer relates to democracy and how it works. I believe the rule of law is fundamental to advancing our democracy. In my opinion, that can only happen when all citizens, not just those with means or financial resources, but all citizens have access to the courts and are able to not only enforce their rights, but defend them as well. The work performed by Legal Services of Greater Miami provides access to the courts for so many people who are economically challenged in our community. Providing this type of access to all citizens helps maintain a healthy democracy and also makes our diverse community a much better place to live.
I do pro bono work at Legal Services because the organization's mission statement and the services that they provide align with serving the greater community at large. Legal Services efforts in areas such as tenant rights, education, healthcare, and consumer protection to underserved portions of our communities truly creates a positive impact that extends well beyond the reaches of our day-to-day lives. We are proud to support the Legal Services mission and look forward to continuing the impact in our communities for many years to come. Thank you to Legal Services.
I do pro bono work with Legal Services because just having the opportunity to give back, especially during these times of uncertainty and unrest, is a blessing. And we're very fortunate to be in the position we're in, and we feel it's important to not only reflect back on that, but to pay it forward. And what better way to do that than to utilize our resources and assist those who have maybe fallen on hard times or were never afforded the same opportunities or luxuries as others may have. So we do pro bono work because we recognize that money comes and goes, but the greatest gift that you can ever give in life is the one thing you can never get back, and that's your time.
Every year at the Pro Bono celebration, Legal Services also presents the Feinberg Award. It is presented to a deserving legal services attorney who makes an outstanding contribution to representation of or services to clients of Legal Services of Greater Miami. This award is a permanent memorial to Alfred Feinberg, former Legal Services Assistant Director of Litigation and Technical Assistance, who passed away on August 19, 1975. This year, the recipients of the Alfred Feinberg Award are Jocelyn Armand and Pamela Flores for their litigation to ensure pro se litigants have access to the courts. Although the Florida Constitution provides a right for the public to access the courts, unrepresented parties often run into barriers. Through Legal Services' LGBTQ Legal Project, Pamela and Jocelyn discovered one of those barriers while helping transgender clients file petitions to change their names and gender markers. Several clients attended a clinic where pro bono attorneys helped draft the petitions, but they could not electronically file the cases. The clerk refused to docket the petitions or assign a case number. Instead, the clerk told them to either obtain legal representation or utilize the court's self-help program. Even though the clients requested to waive the self-help program because a pro bono attorney helped them draft the petitions, their requests were ignored. The clerk abandoned their name change petitions, and the courthouse door was closed to these clients. The clerk's refusal to process the legal petitions of pro bono clients who had attended the clinic had a far more reaching consequence and potentially impacted the other thousands of self-represented litigants who were being denied access to justice. Jocelyn and Pamela filed a writ of mandamus against the clerk in partnership with attorneys from Southern Legal Counsel. The writ sought to compel the clerk to accept and docket pro se pleadings in accordance with the Florida Constitution. As a result of this lawsuit, Legal Services reached an important settlement with the clerk's office. It would now accept, docket, and assign case numbers to all pleadings filed by pro se litigants in family court, and it modified internal procedures to ensure full compliance with constitutional obligations. This settlement ensures that all pro se litigants in family court have full access to the courts. Jocelyn and Pamela's work on this case is exactly the type of systemic advocacy that Alfred Feinberg championed, and I am honored to present the Alfred Feinberg Memorial Award to Jocelyn Armand and Pamela Flores. Jocelyn and Pam will each receive a $1,000 award generously donated by Jacqueline and Bruce Rogow to honor Alfred Feinberg's legacy.
Thank you, Jocelyn and Pamela. Your work makes it possible for countless individuals to access the courts and the justice system. As Judge Miliang referenced, Bruce Rogow and his wife Jacqueline sponsored the award that they received tonight, and they actually sent over a short note I'd like to share. Dear Miss Armand and Miss Flores, Jacqueline and I are pleased to honor you for your work in ensuring access to the courts. We and Al Feinberg have been in your shoes, seeking justice for people who struggle. Especially in these times, your work is important. To be recognized as a recipient of the Feinberg Award honors both his memory and your work. Thank you so much, Bruce, for those kind words. It means a great deal to me, especially as a Legal Services alum. Throughout the evening, we have been hearing firsthand why attorneys choose Legal Services for their pro bono experience. Here is another example of the difference that legal representation can make in someone's life.
I truly thank Legal Services for accepting my case. My name is Shalonda Rivers. For about 20 years, I lived at a HUD subsidized property in the city of Opa-locka, me and my 4 children. I started attending association in my community so we could collectively voice our complaints about the deplorable and horrible living conditions there. And because of my advocacy, my landlord decided to file an eviction against me. Legal Services helped me to fight this eviction. And in that fight, we were successful in winning. And the argument in negotiations was that this was such a minor lease violation. So Legal Services stepped in a very tremendous big way to help me, and the landlord did decide that they wanted to voluntarily dismiss the case. This big win allowed me and my family to stay in my home, and we were not pushed and shoved on the streets due to my landlord and their retaliation against me. And I am forever, forever grateful to Legal Services.
Miss Rivers was retaliated against by her landlord for exercising her right to demand a better environment for herself, her children, and her neighbors. Our staff attorneys, with pro bono attorney support, can empower all of our clients, resulting in a significant impact in our community.
For those of you that do pro bono work, you know the need for legal assistance is overwhelming. A report issued by the Legal Services Corporation found that more than 80% of low-income Americans having civil legal needs receive inadequate or no legal assistance. Therefore, providing legal advocacy that has an effect beyond the individual case has a lasting impact in our entire community. The Equal Service Pro Bono Impact Award is presented to a firm or individual whose legal work has a significant impact beyond an individual case. This year's recipient law firm took full representation and clinic cases to assist small business and nonprofit clients, hosted multiple tenants and equal justice clinics, and had extraordinary law firm partner and associate involvement. Earning the award this year is the law firm of McDermott, Will and Emery. Over 40 attorneys in the firm contributed to stabilizing clients' economic and housing situations during the COVID-19 pandemic.
My name is Azra Chatham, and I'm the pro bono coordinator for the Miami office at McDermott, Will and Emery. And I really love working with Legal Services of Greater Miami just because they do such a great job of facilitating our attorneys in finding a great pro bono work. Some attorneys are sometimes reluctant to take on pro bono matters if it's outside of their area of expertise, but I would say that the team at Legal Services of Greater Miami really goes above and beyond to make sure that our volunteer lawyers have all the tools that they need to confidently and effectively provide pro bono legal representation to individuals and small businesses in our community. Two of the examples that I can think of are the work that we did in connection with LSGMI's Tenants' Rights Clinic and Consumer Rights Clinic earlier this year. We had many attorneys who were looking to take on pro bono matters and to volunteer their time at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. And one of the ways that we wanted to make sure that we were doing everything we could to help the community was to reach out to Legal Services of Greater Miami, to see how we could best work with them and help them meet their needs for their clients. And they provided two really great substantive in-depth trainings for two groups of attorneys who worked on their Tenants' Rights Clinic and their Consumer Rights Clinic, so that those attorneys really felt like they knew what they were doing and could provide great representation to a large number of people through those clinical programs. And I would say also Legal Services of Greater Miami is really great at understanding the particular skill sets of the attorneys in a particular office, an individual office, once you've been working with them for a little bit. And so they'll start to, send matters your way that really match the skill sets of the attorneys in your office, so that, together you're making sure that you have the right lawyers on the right pro bono matters to make as much of an impact in the community as possible. So it's been a pleasure working with everyone over there this year, and we look forward to continuing the partnership next year and beyond.
I choose to do pro bono work with Legal Services of Greater Miami because it gives me the opportunity to use my transactional and corporate skills by helping low-income individuals with landlord and tenant law. And it also gives me the opportunity to help small businesses navigate issues that they commonly face. I'm so grateful to be able to help this organization. Thank you.
I choose to do pro bono work with Legal Services of Greater Miami because it offers an unparalleled opportunity to use the skills I've developed as a transactional lawyer to impact my community. The Legal Services of Greater Miami team is exceptional and really takes the time to pair me with organizations that are looking for the specific skill set that I can provide and organizations for which I would enjoy working with. It's been a wonderful experience.
Hi, my name is Megan Cheney, and I'm an attorney at McDermott, Will and Emery. I choose to do pro bono work with Legal Services of Greater Miami because they do a wonderful job of connecting us with the clients whose cases we can make an impact in. I am so grateful for the opportunities that Legal Services has provided. They offered a comprehensive training as part of the Tenants' Rights Clinic, and it was both exciting and fulfilling to be able to get on the phone with someone to help them and to give back to the community.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Lewis. I'm McDermott, Will and Emery's pro bono and community service partner, and we are just so thrilled and humbled to be recognized by Legal Services of Greater Miami with its Equal Justice Pro Bono Impact Award. Pro bono and finding ways to give back to the communities where we live and work has always been core to who we are as a law firm and who we are as individual lawyers within that firm. We truly value our partnership with Legal Services of Greater Miami because it gives us the outlet and the tools and the access to clients that we need to make our pro bono dreams and our goals a reality. 2020 has thrown a lot at the world and a lot at our communities, and particularly those most in need in our communities. And as pro bono lawyers, we sat in March and early April wondering what we could do and how we could continue to serve the clients who need us the most during this time, and doing so remotely. Legal Services of Greater Miami rose to the challenge. They've been a really innovative leader and have developed countless programs that have allowed our lawyers to continue to give back and to serve those in their community most in need, helping South Florida weather the storm of the pandemic and the economic fallout. We're so grateful for the opportunity to have worked with you, for your leadership, for your guidance, and for everything that you are doing for the community in South Florida. So thank you. We're happy to be some small part of your great work.
We all know that leadership is critical during times of crisis. The behavior of leaders models the way for others. The Partners for Equal Justice Award recognizes partners at law firms who lead by example and accept at least one direct representation pro bono case. This year's recipient, Dana Dombe of McDermott, Will and Emery, epitomized the essence of the Partners for Equal Justice Award. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, by organizing pro bono events, facilitating case placements firm-wide, mentoring associates who accepted pro bono cases, and by taking on direct representation cases.
So providing pro bono service is at the core of the reason I became a lawyer, at the core of why I do what I do. And Legal Services of Greater Miami gives us the opportunity and me the opportunity to provide support to members of our community, especially the most underserved members of our community, small businesses and nonprofits at a time of such dire need as we have these days. And so really appreciate the opportunity to work alongside Legal Services of Greater Miami team and look forward to continuing to work together. Thank you so much, Legal Services of Greater Miami, for the opportunity to do this.
Thank you, not only to all of our exceptional award recipients, but to all of our pro bono volunteers. Collectively, you gave 1,642 hours of your time, and we were able to help more than 490 people. And that number will only continue to grow as we develop new opportunities to engage you. I take this opportunity to ask you to join us and work alongside our team to provide equal justice to everyone in our community. I am looking forward to working with all of you.
To all of our volunteers, on behalf of our board of directors and the team at Legal Services of Greater Miami, thank you for working with us to build a community of equal justice. We hope all of you will consider signing up to take a pro bono case or becoming a partner for equal justice. Additionally, please consider advocating for our mission by supporting us on Give Miami Day, November 19th. Your gift will be matched by the Miami Foundation. Legal Services of Greater Miami is committed to ensuring access to justice even as our community navigates this crisis.
We hope you've enjoyed tonight's pro bono celebration. Access to justice is critical, especially during a crisis. And we learned tonight the direct impact it can have to keep families in their homes and ensure that they have the essentials to keep them safe. As we close out this evening, please stay with us as we will be showcasing the more than 340 volunteer attorneys that have advocated for Legal Services clients this year. Thank you for joining us this evening and for your tireless dedication to our mission. On behalf of the entire team at Legal Services of Greater Miami, thank you and good night.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you stay.